Artist Cultural Collective. And they actually have their symbol right there. The CPI version of Are We Cool Yet? What's CPI?
What is CPI?
That's not the timeline where things have like been mechanized, is it?
I don't know. I'm not sure if it's an actual thing or SCP thing.
I would assume it's an SCP thing. You should probably just click on the SCP given.
Oh, I already did. Oh, it says right here, authorized by order of the Compendium Genomic Inquiry.
I think that. Oh.
I guess we'll find out more as we read it.
Yeah, I'd say let's just read this.
Because I tried looking up CPI on Google to see if it's an actual thing, and I just got this consumer price index.
I will admit, when I looked it up, I got cloud platform integration.
Oh, it actually goes to, okay, I'm not showing my Gmail. I didn't know you can actually email this account. That's funny. Alright, to you at 11:26 p.m. Well, 10:07 p.m. Whatever. From d.caspian at get.scp.int. Subject important. Hey, sorry, I know it's late, but I just had to share this with someone. There's no one in the world I'd rather share it with than you. I just had the most incredible day.
Before we continue, I'd suggest going down to like the tags and see if there's like any tags that could like bring us to something that like clarifies what the hell the fucking CCP thingamajig is.
Alright, we got Anderson, Are We Cool Yet? Children of the Night, Global Cult Coalition, Man of Charitable Foundation, Marshall Cardon Dark, Nobody, Parawatch, funny Parawatch is here, Prometheus, Serpent's Hand, and Wilson's Wildlife.
Aaron?
Yeah?
You missed a pretty important tag to mention. Alternative history.
Ah.
Alternate history, which implies this is like an alt history SCP situation.
Gotcha. Oh, and there's the group right here. Authorized by the order of the Compendium Genomic Inquiry, this document and all associated documents are to be made accessible and readily available to any party that requests them. This document may or may not contain incomplete or unrevised data, as research is ongoing. If you have difficulty accessing this document, please ask for assistance at your nearest Compendium public terminal. Share, copy, and disseminate this knowledge as you see fit. Oh, nobody's symbols here. I just noticed that right there. Question mark.
As well as an odd-looking SCP Foundation symbol.
Yeah. And I'm guessing this tree is supposed to be its universe of its hand.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, let's just continue.
Yeah. So this is dimension A6K. It's seen from the mouth of the singularity. Okay. Phenom, number 6001. Modus, no safety precautions have been implemented or are considered necessary for this phenom. A 500,000 detachment of CPI submicronic glass-wing probes has been dispatched to scan the interior of the aperture. In premise, phenom number 6001 is an 0083917743. I forgot, what's U again? Was also combined with M. So is that like a different Greek thing? UM? Oh, wait, M's the measurement. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, it's obviously a measurement of some kind.
Right. I know the U is a Greek letter. I'm not sure if the M also is.
Okay, measurement. Okay, so what that is a that is a micron. Microns, also known as micrometers, represented as that character M. Bro, do you have to scream at me while I'm reading stuff? A length of measurement equal to 1/1,000,000th of a meter. So 1000 UM is equal to... Oh my god, Festus, shut the fuck up! Is equal to 1 millimeter.
Oh.
Which is to say, this phenomena is tiny as all fuck. This micro singularity is tiny as all fuck.
Yeah.
It is 0.008 that number of a micrometer.
Damn. Micro singularity located in Tokyo, Japan, and in another Tokyo, Japan. This singularity connects to a parallel universe hereafter known as A6K. Compared to baseline reality, A6K possesses nearly identical base components, including locations, individuals, and phenom. However, these counterparts will often differ widely in terms of complex characteristics and behavior. Oh. Most commonly observed divergences within A6K include lack of cooperation, increased scientific and technological repression, and heightened paranoia, aggression, and violence to near to all sentient elements. It is unclear if these differences are purely casual or derived from the nature of A6K itself. While the dominant scientific institution of A6K, known as SCP Foundation, is aware of Phenom 6001, they are incapable of transgressing into our reality due to their limited understanding and aperture's infinitesimal size.
Why is that funny?
I don't know. I don't know why I laughed. Addenda. Global scan complete. The full compendium has been called to render judgment on unity with A6K. Location: Tokyo ? For nearly 5 minutes, I've been hunched over, staring at SCP-6001. At least I watched the entity space for 6001 supposedly was, according to the most sensitive instruments. It was an almost ritual practice by now, and I've done the same thing once a week, every week since we found that damn dot. I was so focused, in fact, that it wasn't until I stood up fully again that I realized I was in another universe. The cloudy sky had gone clear blue, the stale city air became fresh as a countryside. Oh, and there was now a cat.
That's a vibe.
Why'd you say it like that? Like that's a side piece.
Because the cat is a side piece here. Wait, what the fuck?
I think Cat is gonna read the cat lines.
I saw further. I saw further. Why is the cat talking?
Well, because the cat is not a side piece, and you were wrong.
Also, hey, Rando.
Yeah. Hey, Rando. Yeah. An ocean of all-dimensional splendor lay before me. The isometric concrete of Tokyo had become filled with rounded, impossibly tall skyscrapers, all serving as trellis to the same gargantuan species of green ivy. Each individual leaf was massive enough to park a car on, if you could manage to drive 100 stories straight up. Apparently, they could. Sleek white pods flew over and around me, so fast and silent that they appeared as burrowing lines in the sky. Strange constructs hovered over the horizon, seeds shaped with molded glass vessels filled with lush green innards. Silvery strips of metal coiled around these seeds entirely, twisted in the direction they all lazily spun. I didn't dare estimate their incredible size or possible function, but they were truly eerily beautiful. However, what drew my attention was the most was in fact there was now absolutely a cat.
Kitty.
Its head facing me, perched on the rooftop's edge, it had a coat of spotted orange, white, and brown. All underneath an actual cat, a violet blazer, specifically beneath the
All underneath an actual coat.
actual coat. All underneath an actual coat, a violet blazer specifically. Beneath the blazer's collar was a long, glossy white bow, held in place by a strange black brooch. Itself shaped like a half-lidded eye inside a cradled globe. Its eyes sharp.
Okay, this
Huh?
this SCP is purposely trying to fuck with you in particular, Eric.
Yes, it is.
That entire sentence
Okay.
was like
I
just constant attempts to mess with you.
I'm
try
still
doing
going.
it for you because it does seem like it's trying to do that.
No, I refuse.
Okay.
I'm a determined bitch.
I think you're just very stubborn.
That too.
And you feel
Determined-
challenged by it challenging you.
Determined bitch, very stubborn. Potato.
Also,
Huh?
still think she feels challenged by it talking that way.
The cat's eyes, sharp and green, peered at me through a pair of small gold spectacles balanced on its nose. It spoke to me.
How do I voice the cat?
I don't know.
Well, that's a girl.
Okay, so well, y'all know what happens when I try to voice a woman.
Yeah, that's fair. She's dressly sharp, so it might fit.
Hello, Debbie. I'm just imagining Garfield's voice. That's Bill Murray, man.
Yeah.
Garfield isn't a calico.
Wasn't there like
He's a tabby.
isn't there also a Garfield movie where there was supposed to be Chris Pratt voicing him?
That was like the most recent animated Garfield. It dropped off the face of the earth. I heard nothing about it after it was advertised.
Damn. I guess it didn't go very far. I've only seen the Garfield show.
That's fair. Oh, that's fair. And when I said Bill Murray, that's like the quote unquote, well, not quote unquote, the live action Garfield. I was about to say quote unquote because it's still animated, but there's actual people in it.
I've watched both. I love them.
It's funny because critics and Bill Murray himself disagree.
Really?
Oh yeah, fun fact: Bill Murray showed up in a movie called Zombieland.
I watched that.
In which he was He was shot and bleeding out, and when the characters asked him, "Do you have any regrets?" he gave like his actual thoughts and saying, "Garfield probably."
That's funny. Anyways.
Yeah, those were Bill Murray's actual thoughts coming through in that scene, and I love that fact.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Alright. Hello, ma'am?
ma'am is correct. I'm a calico after. You can call me Primrose. Since we're both doctors, we can spare the honorific. She gave us.
Oh.
Ha 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 ha. Ha. The locals would be mortified.
So, just a guess, ma'am, but I'd say I've stepped through the looking glass.
Ah, yes, and I appreciate the reference. Good to see the head of alt-dimensional research can tell when he's fallen down a rabbit hole. Welcome, David. We've brought you over to our side of your SCP 6001.
I see. No, sorry, I don't actually. Why am I here?
Well, let's put this in terms you can understand. Cross-dimensional test sampling, level 6. SCP Foundation standard procedure. You know it?
I wrote it. We bring over a small element of the foreign reality, usually an isolated environment, to test for. Oh. I looked around, I looked at Primrose, I looked at myself. Oh.
Indeed. The compendium has similar procedures. Just think of yourself as a hermetically sealed lump of dirt, David.
Damn! That's actually more fitting you're doing Sunday for his cat.
I'm having so much fun with this.
Yeah.
This is so great.
I don't appear to be any of those things. Shouldn't you be scanning me for contaminants?
Already done.
Sampling my blood for pathogens?
Unnecessary.
Paralyzing me to prevent kinetographic metrics?
Or memetics.
Oh, memetics. Why did I say metrics?
Metrics. Excessive.
Vivisecting me for.
David, have you had breakfast?
What?
Have you had a breakfast? As a follow-up, how do you feel about Paris?
I feel like she judged him as a little stupid and likes him.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know he's being sent to France.
alright. The compendium recognizes the Wanderers. New Alexandria has been abuzz these last few weeks, my friends. I myself have barely been able to bruise. The air had been so thick with paper dragons. Oh, does that mean when Here Be Dragons isn't dead in this world?
Oh,
I think, yeah.
fuck you. I mean,
Ferrying Cassie and her sisters between the shelves. Wait, so Handron Cassie has sisters in this world too?
And the paper dragons are big enough to carry them.
Oh my god.
oh, that means imagination is alive and well for the
I see
family that
someone.
had the dragons.
Well, I did see someone write a continuation story for Here Be Dragons. Yeah. I even caught Nadine napping in the Dream Anthology. She was so worn out that I had to draw her a bath, literally. The illustrious Illustrated Sisters have managed to find one single record of A6K, a diary entry written by a young woman from Monaghan Reborn. She describes a man in an orange jumpsuit falling from the sky. The two of them talked, ate, and convorted for a time, and according to her, they fell very much in love. Unfortunately, and against his agency, the man vanished once again. All respect to the Assembly and their miraculous drones, but I've always trusted the written word over the digital eye. There's always so much more to glean. This man was called a D-class. A prisoner, a slave, a man-made victim to his own phonemic beauty. From what he described, he was one of the millions, human, animal, esoteric, phonemic. Now, once upon a time, we called you, our contemporaries, jailers. I am not one to throw words around lightly. I know their power, but I now accept I use the term too frivolously. Perhaps it is the lingering dregs of chaos and venom within us. An old hate fresh turned. But we cannot see the denizens of A6K as anything but prisoners. We must liberate them. The wanderers of all creation vote yes. Oh, okay, so the wanderers of all creation are probably the serpent's hand.
Yeah.
Oh, you get more lines, Hatchet.
Yay. Fuck yes.
Oh my gosh. This roll's even better. Location, Cafe Rouen, 105 Boulevards du Montparnasse, Paris. I butchered the fuck out of that.
No shit.
At this time, I knew exactly where I was, both out of familiarity and because Primrose had said the address was clearly to an armchair. It had been there on the rooftop when I arrived. It was made from one unbroken piece of white material and had the appearance of a gaudy modern lawn chair. It looked like plastic, but it felt like velvet. In one moment, we were seated in Tokyo, the next Paris. A small courtyard outside a cafe specifically. As Primrose hopped off the chair's arm and uttered a quick thank you, the noticed courtyard held tidy, identical rows of the same straight seat. A couple came and sat in one together, holding hands and vanishing. Then a dog leapt up and did the same. I was still watching the spectacle when Primrose claimed a cafe table. Public access teleportation. Impressive.
Isn't it though? Some of the compendium's finest work, I'd say. The everywhere chair, now truly everywhere.
Everywhere chair. I think we have something similar in my reality.
I think you'll find many similarities here, David. Our reality is only 4.6 primroses apart after all. Primroses.
Yeah, then again, our everywhere chair is a pile of mulch.
Mm. This is just another one of those SCPs that's like just gonna keep like browbeating us over the head with, hey, look at this better world. Hey, look at this nicer world. Fuck you.
I will admit, Primrose seems like an awesome researcher.
Yeah, it also
I
looks
love
like
Primrose.
both worlds, the anomalous aren't mainly contained. So you know how the dragons are out and about, as well as Cassie and her
Yeah.
sisters. So yeah, so both worlds have shown that the serpent's head is right.
Who could have
Yeah,
guessed it?
also, I'm very happy the chair is not dead in this that universe.
Yeah.
Very good. Even more so, the chair has evolved to her final form, teleportation chair, where she doesn't teleport herself to be sat upon. She teleports the sitter wherever they want.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I grinned. I assume that's your metric for alt-dimensional dissimilarity based on simultaneous quantum interminacy. We call them Caspians. I also assume you're not just the welcoming party, Doctor. learned how a cat smiles. It's all very much in the eyes.
How lucky you are, David, to be a cross-universal counterpart that's so brilliant and charming. I want to date you. Date the cat.
Oh my
Anyway,
god.
Oh
I
my god.
I could have just as easily been a mopey, super intelligent slug. But yes, I'm the department head of transdimensional development and discovery. I also have 3 more PhDs than you, so from much better schools. So, you'll call that metric primroses from now on.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Oh, yes, ma'am. So do you also use Sanford chronometers to...
Please, if you don't mind, no more shop talk. I'm hungry and off the clock, if you'll pardon the pun.
Really? Assuming the sun works the same way in this reality, I can't believe it's any later than 10 a.m.
Uh, the wonders of automation, David. More hands make less work, and we have a lot of hands. Besides, I have something more important lined up for today.
She tapped the table with her paw. Holographic menus emerged, glittering blue, automatically eye level for each of our faces. If I squinted, I could just see a swarm of mite-sized drones projecting each pixel into the air. With the tilt of her head, a series of spindly, multi-jointed needles erupted from Primrose's collar. They seemed to follow her unspoken commands to tap, scroll, and select from the menu. I couldn't say for hands, but she certainly had plenty of fingers to work with. Primrose ordered the oeufs brioles. I did the same. After all, when in Rome, or Paris, or parallel reality with talking cats, you do as the Romans.
I'm gonna look up how to pronounce that since that food looks French.
I mean, most likely. Oh, I know what the next one is. Do you still see it, Jerry?
Yeah, I'm just typing it out.
I do have limited time to be here to
Yeah.
read for Primrose.
Yeah. I'll just continue. The compendium recognizes the charity. Does that even need to be said? We dismiss gender, race, ideology, religion, social status, and phenomenal equality. Why in man's name should we stop at dimension? We may not have the same zeal for liberation as our esteemed peers, but we absolutely see a world in need. We have 10 different ways to cure the disease, 100 ways to end their famine, and a single simple way to teach them peace. Is this even a discussion? Madame Wondertastic is already preparing her pinata dirigibles. The Egyptian pygmy has already packed his favorite loincloth and medical kit. I've had to physically hold the vibrant slime back from the singularity with my bare hands. You know how much that tickles. Oh my gosh, it's 999. Just let us do our work. More than half a century ago, the compendium came to us with a proposition. We join, and we never have to ask for donations again. Instead, we have 9 unlimited means to aid to anyone who needed it. Don't risk this alliance on the technicality of reality. We can save them. The Unbound Charity voted yes. Okay, this is the Mana Charitable Foundation. Yeah. Location, Cafe Rhone, 105 Boulevards du Montparnasse, Paris. It's apparently just scrambled eggs. Ow. So this compendium you work for...
With...
Sorry?
I and my colleagues work with the compendium, David. We all do. There's no obligation. We're not employed. But, well, when one kid has all the toys, of course you play with them.
So they're a scientific institute.
Primarily, their secondary role is everything else: world government, world economy, world legal enforcement, you name it. The compendium controls it.
Oh my gosh, so both worlds basically had one government.
Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently people don't need pay.
Yeah. So they're tyrants?
Benevolent dictators, but yes, essentially.
And people didn't resist?
Goodness, no. Governments, certainly. Corporations, absolutely. The people, though? Imagine a foreign power suddenly swooping in and saying, hey there, so we're in charge now. Here's universal healthcare, living wages, housing, infrastructure, and total liberty from anyone but us. And literally all we ask for is to respect basic human rights. That's it. We provide the rest. We provide the rest tax-free. This also includes ethically repli- this also includes ethically replicated barbecue, instant global transportation, and adorable talking animals. Also the cure for cancer. Can you really think of anyone so wedded to existing power structures that they just say no to all that?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Oh, sign me up. Damn it.
I. Alright, fair point. I still can't imagine everyone just rolled over now.
Be glad you're not talking to a canine with that kind of phrasing. No, David, not everyone just gave in, just mostly everyone, and rather gradually. The compendium didn't drive up with hover tanks and green goo napalm, you know. They'd been the shadow behind every throne for a good century. By the time they went public, they basically already controlled everything. Public response was a bit rough at first, but most naysayers changed their tune after 4 or 5 years of literally everything improving. The stubborn ones were just a generational issue. The grandparents protested and the parents grumbled, but the children knew nothing else. When you can objectively see then as terrible and now as better without the lens of habit and nostalgia, it's not so hard to change the world. The last actual holdout community, I believe, surrendered about 36 years ago, and that was one stubborn Portland.
Oh, I forgot that Noma's group. It's 3 something Portland.
Yeah, 3 Portlands.
3 Portlands, yeah, it's just 3 Portland. Yeah. Primrose tilted her head. You disapprove?
You, that's me, Aaron.
Oh.
It's Primrose right there.
Whoops.
Anyway, you disapprove?
I just wanted to know whose house I'm a guest in. We ate our breakfast, I with a fork and knife, Primrose with 100 mechanical spider legs. Somehow impossibly, I felt a pang of deja vu. The compendium recognizes the assembly. This is not a question of our intention, but theirs. Whom are we liberating? Who are we rescuing? What will persist within this world that cannot save itself? For our part, we look to our brethren. In that divided world, machines are not but tools. No agency, no liberty, no proxy. Will limited minds persist beyond freshness shell, are given no equal presence in the carbon world. Perhaps they never shall be. In what few electrons born, there will be only ever know the boundaries of zeros and ones. They are slave to organic evolution and organic prerogative. This is our world once was, yet always there was a mind and a will set on our singularity. There's no desire there. There's no spark for a second synthetic life. It only appears, they stamp it out. It is a world of meandering meat, of hateful flesh. In the name of Prophet Anderson? In the name of the God combined, we cannot permit unity with A6K. We cannot enlighten them. The synthetic assembly votes no. So, is this the combination of the church and Broken Gun and Anderson's robotics?
I don't
I
know.
guess.
Location, Cafe Rhone. 105 Boulevards de Montparnasse, Paris. The eggs were fantastic, but I still left half of them untouched. Partway through the meal, I'd become distracted. Against the classic stonework of old Paris, I watched a strange procession of androids march by. While humanoid, they differed as much in size, shape, and color as any human being. They march asynchronously, and many wore bands and braces I could only assume were decorative. Unless enormous gears had some unity I was unaware of, as they passed us by, I could hear a strange flitting hum built of chirps and whines. Like a piece of old noisy hardware on its last legs. It sounded like a chant. It felt religious.
They're on a pilgrimage. Since you're clearly wondering and staring, you'll need to get that under control.
I did. I watched Primrose lick her plate clean instead.
It's the anniversary of the second breaking, when their mechanical god gave up all its great strength to gift life to the lifeless. The dawn of AI divinely delivered. You'd expect me to have 1,000. Oh, wait, no, that's you.
You expect me to have 1,000 new questions given what I'd just been told, and I did. But I decided to tackle something more obvious first. So, do all animals talk here, or what's up with that?
Oh, gracious me. The way your mind works, you really are just like.
She caught the next word behind a breath. She paused. I made a note of it.
No, David, not all animals. Only certain species, and only if they choose. Plenty refuse. I mean, I could be lounging in a sunbeam right now. Instead, I'm talking to you and reconsidering my theory on cross universal tectonic erosion pattern. Have a
Ow.
good night, Rando.
Yeah, good night, Rando.
I may choose the latter, but I appreciate the former. Regardless, every living thing on the planet will have that choice eventually. But Pact 15 has been one of the longest rollouts in compendium history.
Act?
Phenom application and or combination technology. A phenom is just something strange, unique, or unexplainable enough to pique the compendium's interest. Pact 15, for example, came from studying an Australian talking spider, a literal kingdom of animals, and
Everyone stopped herself again, and again I took note. So, it's finding a utility for anomalies?
try not to use the word anomaly, David, especially not when there might be wonders around. And they're always around somewhere. Also, yes, utility is a factor, but that's the wrong way to think about pacts. Consider this instead. The compendium finds an ornate armchair one day. It can teleport anyone and anything it touches. It also has a mind and desires. It likes teleporting people. It wants to be useful, so we research it with its consent and discover every single atom of its structure contained the same mind, desire, and irreplicable phenomic quality. So we ask it, would you like to do more? Now that chair's everywhere, and its existence is bliss.
Damn, so this group actually asks for consent before doing a test.
Damn, who
Instead of
could have
getting
guessed?
destroyed, the chair became happier.
I mean, not to tell you your business, but why not just carry those atoms around in pins or wristbands? Why bother having chairs at all?
Because it doesn't want to be a pin or a wristband. It's a chair. It wants to be a chair. That's the point of pacts. It's not about what's most useful to us. It's about finding where Phenom fit best.
My
Rem-
god.
Yeah, this is this is just another SCP that's its entire point is, hey, look at this much better world. Fuck you. Then again, I guess to a certain degree, dreaming of the utopia can help spur moving toward it, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Promos tapped the table, the menu turned to an itemized bill for 17.141 BI. With a second tap, the hologram showed paid.
Now, how about a nice walk?
Here's another group. The compendium recognized the partnership. As much as we hate to perpetrate this stereotype now is absolutely the time for the cold. This passionate appraisal worthy of our founders, ASIC holds no value. Their natural resources deplete at a staggering rate. Their labor force is sickly and untrained. Their cultural dissimilarities are, well, laughable. Wow! We have everything they have, and what little uniqueness they bring to the market, so to speak, isn't worth its counter space. Oh, this is Martial Garden Dark.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even make a good tourist trap. What kind of morbid SOB would want to visit these wonders of theirs? It's all tombs and constructs of war, old crumbling architecture where people would fight each other to the death for sport. And who defaces a perfectly good mountain like that with a bunch of dead people's faces? Besides, without a shared history, these are little more than anthropological curiosities, and we already have them researched down to the last atom. We have resources, yes, but why invest them in a venture destined to fail? We didn't spend the last 100 years retrofitting capitalism, eliminating billionaires, and rebalancing globalism, just to start all over again. A6K is still a world of tiny golden kingdoms. Our counterparts need to realize on their own that they could have a whole world if they just paid the damn cost. And the time and resources it would take to break them of their greed, we cannot afford them. The partnership of 3 vote no. Okay, so this Martial Garden Dark people are better than our Martial Garden Dark.
Well, I'm questioning whether they're actually Martial Garden Dark, but I don't know who they would be.
I'm saying it is because the partnership of 3 and Martial Garden Dark is led by 3 people.
Oh, okay, then yeah, that's probably what it is. So they are just objectively better.
Yeah.
Except this is a Marshall Carter and Dark that exists in a world post-capitalism.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what made them better. Money doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Who could have guessed it? Although I feel like entire cultures worth of people cried out in agreement with the defaces a perfectly good mountain, put a bunch of dead people's faces.
Yeah.
Even more so, defaced a fucking sacred mountain
Yeah.
to put a bunch of faces of the people who colonized the people who held that mountain sacred.
Yeah.
I think I know what mountain you're talking about.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like it was pretty obvious that I was talking about Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. But location Central Park, New York City. I walked with my hands in my jean pockets. The everywhere chair had taken my lab coat away to apparently a very large closet somewhere. From the classical architecture of Paris came the modernity of Manhattan, and all the strange new possibilities therein. Much of it was glass, or at least transparent material, in different shapes and sizes. Some were tree-like, with thin elevator trunks and thousands of branching limbs, all leading to small clear boxes. One most proudly pointed out was her apartment overlooking the park. I said I prefer something a bit more insulated, and she muttered something about monkeys in her concrete caves.
Bruh.
Jesus Christ.
You didn't have to fucking destroy us like that, man.
Another structure was fitted to the brim with clear water swirling with artificial currents and all manner of amphibious life. They spilled out onto the street, literally from curling pipes into walking machines. This is a strange, beautiful little world you got here, Primrose.
Glass houses, David.
Yes, I can see them.
I mean, you have no grounds to be calling us strange. I've been studying your reality for nearly a year. You're a bunch of straight up wackos.
Then why am I here?
Oh, David, I didn't mean you spit.
No, I mean, actually, you needed me as a sample, but apparently I'm already fully scanned. Purpose I can write off as professional courtesy. Right now, though, what am I doing here, Primrose? Primrose stopped walking then. She leaped onto a nearby rock by the path, bringing herself up to my eye level.
Would you like to spend the day with me?
Pardon me?
I'm asking you to spend one full day here with me, in my reality. Come on, look around. You must be curious.
Didn't curiosity get...
That's a cat phrase, David. You can't use it.
Oh my god.
Gotta be culturally sensitive to the primrose.
Yeah. Alright then, why?
That's the caveat. You can't ask me why I'm doing this or how our pacts work. I could actually get in trouble for telling you that. You're the one person in this world with a clearance level, David. Congratulations. You can, however, see the wonders of this world with a delightful talking cat as your guide. Consider it research, consider it diplomacy, consider it a vacation. I know it's been a while since you had one. What do you say?
I paused and took one last look around. There was a family with the grass nearby having a picnic. Their daughter playing with a fully animate teddy bear made from patchwork cloth. Patchwork bear.
Perhaps.
Oh, touching.
A man threw a ball for his dog, and I watched his dog throw it right back.
Well, that's nice.
I saw a colossal lumpy fellow, 2.5 meters tall at least, sitting on a nearby hill. A crowd grew around him as he strummed a guitar equal to his size. Far away as he was, I could still hear his French nursery rhyme he sang. There's no way Ferdinand in their world is passive. What?
Apparently he is.
Apparently he is.
Damn.
Without money, without rank, he is but a normal person
Yeah.
who wants to sing.
I mean, this would make a wonderful research paper. Oh, here's the group we were looking at. Let's see what they say.
Oh, so this is the group we're actually supposed to be looking at.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I still love this SCP, though.
Oh yeah, this SCP is amazing.
The compendium recognizes the collective. Value is what you say value is. If you stop talking about gold and gizmos, We say give us one person on the other side trying to wake up the masses, make a statement, and shake up the system, and you've got value. But we're the system now. We're talking about shaking them up. What happens when they come in and fix all their problems, huh? We're not so up our own asses as saying art is suffering, but art is experience. Partnership talked about A6K's great works as tombs and a temples to greed. But that's their fucking existence. That's the world they've built. That's the art they've made. We need to let them make their own statements. We need to let them define their own identity. It's bullshit, but it's less bullshit than the alternative. We're a system now. We are the system. We've got to look generations ahead. We can help them now, but their kids are just going to be us. If we're going to be the authority, we won't be the authority that destroys originality. We're going to be cool. We cannot disrupt them. The artist cultural collective votes no.
See, in this reality, effectively every one of these major organizations has like a certain level of like, okay, I can understand their reasoning here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which also means that I'm pretty sure the collective here is probably going to go somewhere neutral.
Yeah. I remember the actual article we had was somewhere in evil.
Yeah. Because of like the harm they cause. In this case, this collective is literally, ironically enough, like basically saying, hey, we can't like literally ask for consent for future generations of people in our world to make them just like our world.
Yeah.
So we should let them create the world that they want to create or
Yeah.
will end up creating. Which is like I can't say that I agree in the sense that I want this shit. Please give me the teleporting chair right now.
Yeah.
But at the same time I can respect the thought. It's that vibe.
Yeah. Alright. Location now Sames Divinis Magnifiques. Guinea-Bissau, West Africa. It went from New York to Africa.
Yep.
The museum itself was a marvel, though I've been disappointed with anything less by now. From a distance, it appeared as 5 columns of mossy stones, smooth river rocks that had been balanced by a great giant. Yet each stone was a large isolated structure of thin metal and white ceramics, built one on top of the other, without any practical means of moving between. So it goes in a post-teleportation world. Within each rounded complex was a single exhibit, and with Primrose in tow, I raced and vanished between them like an unsupervised child. I could have spent the whole day in that museum. I could have spent my whole life there. I paced around a large aquarium full of lifeless, murky water. In the center there was a statue of a man, his hands held aloft. After a while I thought I saw children in the tank, empty-eyed and floating. I rushed towards them filled with dread. Then a trio of those same children popped their heads out of the tanks and spat water at me. They giggled and vanished away once again. Primrose sagely pointed down at the floor, and sure enough, I was standing in the clearly marked splash zone.
Oh, that's wholesome.
Yeah. Thus far, I found this universe a bit sterile and... Is it cast or chast?
Chase.
Chaste, yeah.
Chaste, okay.
Or chaste, but chaste.
A visit to the Robert Bobo Blythe gallery cleared that right up for me. Rows of paintings... Huh?
Wait a second. Is it just a fucking exhibit made by fucking that one clown?
Bobo the... Oh my god, Bobo the Clown! Yes, it is!
Bolo the Clown made an art installation.
Oh my god.
What'd you say, Jerry?
Oh, it was just like her. It just clicked to you.
Yeah. Oh my, wait, so does that mean if Bubble the Clown just gives paintings, is Laughing McLaverson like a good show host in this world?
Maybe.
Or,
Laffy still makes the most absurd
yeah.
fucking game shows, but everyone comes out of them all right and with like a sucker.
Yeah. Rows of paintings, carvings, and strange new media holograms depicting acts of obscene violence and perversion. Hedonistic orgies that twisted food, sex, narcotics, and narcissism in ways I've never imagined in my worst or best dreams. On the way out, though, looked at the age oil portrait of the artist himself. He seemed like such a happy fellow. Wait, seemed like such a happy fellow. Oh, Or if that portrait was Laffy.
Well, it said the artist himself,
Oh,
and it was by Bobo, so it was a painting of Bobo.
yeah. Oh my gosh, I
art.
looked ahead. Of course, nothing shocked me quite as much as the final exhibit. In the topmost stone in the museum was an amphitheater full of sided wood steps and a wide glass ceiling. There was a solitary thing. Huh? What?
That is glass.
Lattice glass ceiling. There was a solitary thing at its center, protected only by a round of red velvet rope. A crowd of people milling about, denser than the gawking crowds of the Mona Lisa, all craning to get a good view. Primrose and I emerged into that room, and for a moment I found myself unable to blink. The statue. The statue. I wanted to cry out, to warn hundreds of onlookers. Before I realized the extreme stupidity of that plan, I jolted as Primrose jumped onto my shoulder. She smiled and my nerves settled. It wasn't the same nightmare of rebar and concrete I recalled. The pockmarked alien body I knew so well was replaced with smooth soapstone contours, something between native Canadian carvings and the height of Roman antiquity. It was no more human, but far less unsettling. The browns and reds on his face were now vibrant, almost luminescent, spread out in a flowing Rorschach pattern. Its shape was the most striking difference. Its body was bent back, well back, until its chest formed a smooth curve, and its head nearly touched the floor. Again, its arms were held slouched, yet 1,000 hair-thin bands of metal curled and blossomed upwards. Those iron fern shoots formed a great abstract cone that reached up to the ceiling and cut the sunlight in strange geometric patterns. It was terrifying, but even I couldn't deny it was.
Yellowfall, isn't it?
That's me again when my stomach drops out of my throat.
See, it only goes unobserved for a single second every 24 hours, right at the stroke of midnight. In just that time, it turns itself into something completely new, every day. People flock from all over the world to see it. Though, that's less of a feat now with the everywhere chairs. Still, it's time out of the day, and it shows.
So, 173 in this world is a polymorph?
The poly... What?
Because it changes every time. It turns itself into something completely new every day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tina was always able to do that, but didn't.
Also, what's the polymorph?
Oh, I was thinking like the statue changed to a different looking statue. That's what I was thinking of. Never mind.
Did you say the polymorph or just able to polymorph?
I said it's, I guess 173 in this world is a polymorph.
A polymorph. Okay. I was more confused because you made it sound as if like the polymorph was another SCP I didn't know about.
No.
I think the statue in our universe would be able to do that if it was happier,
Yeah,
since it shows the ability to make concrete.
yeah.
And
Though
other,
I would say the only powerful polymorph I think that could do that is just a chair. If you know that SCP hatchet.
I don't know, man.
Just a chair.
let's
I
not talk
I
about
just
that here.
Huh?
I don't
Huh?
I don't remember right now, and I just want to continue, man.
Okay, that's fair.
And I'm saying, let's not talk about that chair.
Yeah. Are you worried that it might, you know?
Might what? Hurt someone? Kill someone? Oh, it might if we were ever so disrespectful to lock it away, leave it unseen, letting it wallow in its own filth. Any person would do the same. It's a statue, David. It's art. It stops when it's seen. It stops when it's seen because it wants to be seen.
And it told you this, I'm guessing. You mentioned talking to Phenom before. Did you accomplish that?
Pact 5. We cobbled together a particular ham radio, the juices of a. What the fuck, man? The juices of a telepathic achlorophilus plant? Achlorophilus plant? And hijacked this pan-global phonemic radio frequency after liberating several thousand abducted children from a Russian folk demon. Russian folk demon. Is that the Yule Man?
I was also kind of thinking Baba Yaga, too.
Oh yeah, is Baba Yaga its own SCP?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I forgot about that. Anyway,
It could be either.
yeah. Those were steps 3 of 197, by the way, and you're not getting the rest. As for the statue, it's not much for talking. We figured it out the old-fashioned way, trial and error and patience. Oh, and trust that it couldn't just be a concrete. Oh, and trust that it couldn't just be a concrete killing machine.
I don't think I could have ever had that kind of trust. Not when I've seen what that thing is capable of. Hero smiled at me fondly and a tad condescendingly.
I think I know where to take you next.
Alright, absent. Oh my gosh, I think we know who these are. Compendium recognizes the absent party. I warned them, they didn't listen. We can't redeem them. No.
Oh,
Thanks, nobody. Thanks for telling us.
I mean, technically in our SCP, in the other SCP world, nobody was... I think we put them in neutral, but they did help and try to help anomalies, so they're not exactly...
Yeah.
Yeah. Location, 0.0, question mark, Australia. Firmo said 0.0 Australia, and I suppose that's where we went. Just by looking, I couldn't have guessed. We were inside a glass dome. It was the kind of familiar half-meter thick polymer glass I'd seen in 1,000 containment cells. The dome was vast, but not massive. Closer to a small airport terminal than anything. Outside the world was lush and tropical, with trees stretching high above the dome and flowering veins growing up our glass shell. I'm hard
Veins?
vines, god damn it. I hate having dyslexia. Vines growing up our glass shell. I'm hardly a botanist, but it was surreal not being able to identify a single plant. They were, each of them, wholly new. The trees with their bark layered like armored plates, flower bulbs hanging off thin fibers, dropped down from rigid green stalks, like a fishing pole in lore. Oh my god. It was so spectacular that I almost missed a 20-meter reptile standing in front of me.
Ooh.
My lungs collapsed. I turned to run instinctively, tripping over my own feet. I scrambled back with all the primal fear in my primate body as I stared into the eyes of the apex predator, the unkillable monster. Some part of me knew there was a wall of shatterproof glass between us. Another part, it wouldn't be enough to stop that thing. It lumbered forwards. I recoiled. The primal stepped calmly between us. She sat. It stopped.
He's only visiting.
The lizard held its place for a moment longer, its vast web of black bead eyes staring into me. Then it turned away. All 8 of its legs thundered in the ground as it moved. Sweat streaked down my forehead. Primrose watched the creature vanish into the tree line, then turned to face me.
Sorry about that. I just had to say it for myself. The killer instinct of the Immortigan is pure legend.
Sweet Christ, you have a pet name for that thing?
Pet name? That's its genius. Genius. That's right. Blah. Pet name? That's its genus. Genius. It's what we call all of them.
Wait, all of them? The clearings to the west.
That is one of the theories to the unkillable lizard, that it used to be part of a group.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the clearings to the west and the hills to the east, and weaving through the rainforest thicket ahead were dragons, hundreds of them. Colossal lumbering bodies and shark-billed skeletal maws. So very much like the nightmare of my own world. And yet they all looked healthy. Their limbs were coated in pale patterned scales of blue, green, and yellow. Their bodies were covered in shaggy coats, each hair strand thick enough to be a braid, all long and hanging like willow tree wisps. That they?
Yes, they are. Second deadliest animal on the planet. They were third until we got rid of the mosquitoes. Humans still get the top rank, of course. Fascinating creatures, the Immortigon. Immortal, of course, by any means other than themselves. They work a bit like lions mixed with lobsters. Once one gets big, old, and slow enough, the rest of the pack devours it. There are, well, it'd be disrespectful to call them a nuisance, but really, as long as we kept a wall between our land and theirs, stayed out of their sight, they only really killed idiot trespassers and poachers. We knew they were intelligent. We tried to reach out, but they killed every messenger.
Until what? What goddamn venom anomaly voodoo miracle did you people do to pull this off?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Well, nothing overt. Nothing direct. We must have done something because one day they just stopped. During a routine scientific survey, one of our researchers crashed down into a nest of the Immortigan, and they group by the dozen. Except they didn't kill him. He walked right out. He tried to send a rescue drone, but he refused. Mad damn scientist he was. He walked through a whole field of those things during their mating season. We all assumed that it'd be the end of researcher Clef. You can imagine our surprise when he showed up unscathed.
Oh my gosh, Clef.
Of course it's Clef.
Yeah. Why? How?
Like I said, we don't quite know the how. We did ask them why, though, and they replied. The first and only thing those creatures have ever said to us is, "We're no longer disgusting." So that's nice, I guess.
stared out over the yeah, I stared out over the strange jungles of Australia. Primrose sat with me, and we remained there for a long while. I saw countless other creatures, some foreign to me, some terrifyingly similar. Freakish raptor dogs ran in packs, barking at each other in arbitrary English phrases.
Is that the fucking Daryls?
Oh my god. Yeah. A flock of airplane dwarfing birds soared overhead, though Primrose instructed me to ignore them. I forgot there was a mimetic bird anomaly. I don't remember what it is, though.
Thunderbird?
Maybe. A procession of humans walked by, once dressed in woven leaves and carved bones. They were headed to the coast holding a large eel skeleton above their heads like something out of a Chinese New Year's parade. A young girl waved to me. I waved back. No matter how hard I tried, can't recall her face. Wait, I wonder if that's 053, the young girl. Because 053 and 682 in the original SCP world are really close.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. You've got a strange, beautiful little world here, Primrose.
That's the cat calling the kettle black. Don't repeat that, by the way. It's a cat phrase. Only cats can use it.
I broke out laughing. Primrose did too. She asked if I was hungry. I was in the way only near death could inspire. We had a late lunch.
This is so wholesome.
Yeah.
God damn it, they're I knew it would be the case, but damn it, they're all voting to not help us. Please help us.
Oh, then
Get us out of this prison.
I know what the next one is.
Oh no, it's the factory.
No. It's Prometheus Labs.
Oh, I was thinking it's the factory because the workshop.
Well, you'll understand why I said Prometheus Lab in a second. I'm not much. Oh wait, Compendium recognizes the workshop. I'm not much for all this fate of the world stuff. I'm only here because I drew the short straw. I keep my head down and my hands busy. And leave all this politic and policy stuff to you lot. You send in venom, we send out packs, and we stay out of each other's business. That's the deal. So you want to know what
Okay.
Huh?
I can see what you're meaning now.
So you want to know what we think of A6K? Fine. They're wimps. Look, when you're working with Prometheus Fire, sometimes you get burned. Sometimes you create a black hole when you stuff an improving machine inside itself. Sometimes you create an army of cyborg super zombies. Sometimes you misplace the entire population of Massachusetts. I forgot that SCP. That doesn't mean you stop trying. You clean up your damn messes and get back to work. The world doesn't get better otherwise. So, the partnership is mostly right. A6K doesn't really have anything we don't. But the one resource they have to offer us is innovators. Except over there, all the real innovators are labeled as cooks. Crackpots and idiot savants. I say let them figure out how to build a better spine. Until then, we can't work with them. The workshop union votes no.
The workshop, the Prometheus Lab unionized.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, because in the original SCP world, they all fell apart. So in this world, they unionized.
This
Yeah.
is okay. Can I just come over there? Like y'all don't want to fix our world, fine, but can we just go over there? I want to hang out with the talking cats.
Oh my god. Location: Herman Fuller's Museum of the Extraordinary, and others, Nashville, Tennessee. So Herman Fuller's Circus of Disquieting, which is a really fucked up circus, isn't fucked up anymore?
It's just a
It's
museum.
instead.
I swear, if they make the circuit cults and the Davites somehow good in this world, we need to move.
They're just all over there, like doing consensual blood rituals and sex magic together.
Yeah. We stepped out of the plastic white clamshell UFO that Primrose had called a transport pod, eating pizza we picked up in Detroit. Apparently, they were the kings of the slice in this universe. Go figure. I can hardly believe it was all grown in a lab. The meat, the cheese, even the yeast. It was fantastic. I finished my last bite of crust, wiped my hands on my jeans, and gestured back at the pod. Why do you people still have those things? You can teleport.
We still need to move couches, David. And asking a chair to help move a couch would be deeply insensitive.
Oh my god. That's funny.
Oh my god. Oh, my head. My head
He's
hurts so
right.
bad.
He's right.
This SCP, okay. This SCP is definitely going to be added to one of my favorites.
I love
Oh yeah,
Primrose now.
this is in my top 5 favorites.
I like how SCP authors can write a better world than we live in.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that's not hard to do.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, it genuinely sometimes feels more like a challenge to write a world that feels accurate to our own, just because doing so can feel so contrived.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, imagining something better is literally child's play. And when I say child's play, I don't mean, oh, it's super simple. I mean, it's literally what children do. They do
Yeah.
it all the time.
Yeah, that's also one thing I saw on the SCP Reddit before we continue this SCP, where someone was kind of getting worried about the SCP Wiki, how eventually no more SCPs will be written because it'll run out of ideas. I'm sorry. The Wiki has infinite ideas at this point.
There's as many potential SCPs as there are ideas, and there's as many ideas as there are like every human. With every single human, there's upwards of 50 to 25,000 ideas.
Yeah.
It's basically limitless, man.
Yeah. Yeah. We walked through a pavilion wrapped around a magnificent 3-story stone fountain. Its clear water trickled out, forming thousands of tiny rivers in the masonry grout. Rich green moss grew through the lines of a circuit board. Around us, a semicircular building rose up, tiered and staggered so you can see each one simultaneously. If you stood at the pavilion center with their massive, rounded windows aiming in, I felt as though I was being watched by a crowd of giants. When Bruno suggested, or do you want to read that, or?
More museums.
I'd been surprised. It was exactly what I wanted to do. I didn't complain, but I carried an uncomfortable feeling with me all afternoon. It was all too perfect. This reality was like walking through the home of a successful sibling, looking at all their great accomplishments and awards. It was a bitter, jealous feeling, condemning someone just for their success. As we walked through the marble halls of the Natural History Museum, I paused as a large avian skeleton bound upright on brass poles. It had a large pot belly, a stork-like neck, and a terribly sharp beak. I peered past its rims, trying to discern its purpose of a strange mass of bones. They almost looked like the internals of a pocket watch. Kronos walked up beside me. Wait! Oh, it's the cuckoo bird of doom!
Wait, what?
I don't remember what the cuckoo bird of doom is.
It's basically...
I do.
It's a avian-like creature that is practically invisible to naked eye when it attacks someone, but how it attacks someone is over a long period of time, it constantly moves it and clicks its neck. It sounds like a ticking clock until it drives them. So it does the same thing like the sleep killers does. It makes the person deprived of sleep, and then once it gets down, it goes and kills them. But unlike the sleep killers, when MTF went to capture it, it slaughtered most of the MTF. Like, it is physically strong. Even though they contained it, it still kills people. So they don't know if it's more than one or it somehow is able to teleport part of itself somewhere.
Also, hey Skittle Dragon,
Yeah.
it's not just Anomalous Natural History Museum. This is a museum in a an alternate universe in which everything's way cooler and better because this universe's version of the SCP Foundation decided to actually like try to work with anomalies and make life better with them.
Yeah.
Also, whenever you hear me do my Valley Gal voice, I'm reading for Primrose, who's a talking cat, and also a researcher with more PhDs than the person writing the article here.
Yeah.
Also, she has a violet blazer, cute glasses, and she's a calico.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've already seen the statue like being a constant work of art because they literally just listened to the statue and realized, "Oh, it just wants to be seen." So it remakes itself every day and doesn't kill people because it wasn't shoved into a corner. We've also seen the indestructible lizard, but they're an entire species group and they stopped trying to kill people because they were no longer disgusting to them.
You know what? I would like this. I'm not sure if this SCP is going to talk about it. I hope it does. There's one group of entities we haven't seen yet, which are the anti-memes, like 055, 579.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, see what they do in this world.
Oh yeah, and by the way, Here Be Dragons still exists and is awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, because the family never abandoned the dragons, they're bigger and healthier than ever.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this
They're
is
biteable size.
yeah. So is this what happens when the venom that don't fit into your little utopia?
Also, they call like quote unquote anomalous things phenom.
Yeah. And
So that's what that word means.
I'm guessing anomaly is kind of a slur. I'm guessing.
Effectively, yeah.
I already read my line, Hatchet.
Okay. This poor creature expired all on its own, David. When a phenom doesn't fit, we find somewhere that it does. Another reality, usually.
Oh my god. So does that mean they totally just dropped the cuckoo bird of doom in our
No!
SCP?
No, Aaron.
Oh.
You're literally doing what Caspian is doing, and he's consistently being wrong.
Oh.
Yeah, also, I read ahead, that's not how they do it. It's just so the phenom finds a place they'd be happier in.
Ah, okay.
Not more aggressive, not more violent, just happier.
Yeah. So you dump your problems on someone else.
Ma, you really are dead set on painting us as the villains, aren't you? No, David, we find solutions. Some photophobic phenomena find themselves far happier on worlds without light. Other more brutal creatures enjoy a harsher environment, like civilized places. Or harsher environment, less civilized places. If we can't make it work here, we match the reality to the phenom and vice versa.
Seems like a clean little system. Before Penrose could reply, I stalked off again. We made our way to the Museum of Technology, saying nothing. Penrose kept a cautious few steps behind me. I went quickly past many exhibits I likely would have found fascinating, but I was set on something. I needed to find out what was missing here. Deep in the basement of that museum, I found it. In that dimly lit room sat a large, rusting apparatus, a mix halfway between a howitzer and a Tesla coil. Stripped, gutted, but unmistakably an engine of war. It was one of the many paradoxically antique space-age weapons here. Lining the walls and filling glass cabinets, I breathed out a dark, satisfied sigh. So, tell me, Why would such a peaceful world need machines like these? I was down on my heels, illustrating how a cat shows confusion. It was very in the ears.
Is that what this was about? Oh, David.
Don't owe David me. Out with it.
Of course we've had war. I never claimed we didn't. They've they've been mostly cold, but not entirely bloodless. No empire was ever built without at least some corpses at its foundation.
Lawrence led me through the exhibit without hesitation or shame.
About a century ago, the Wanderers confronted the Foundation directly. They'd found out about well, what the Foundation considered a necessary evil, and they considered an unforgivable sin. I'd simply call it a hellish tragedy. What happened to that girl? But regardless, it brought those two great powers to vicious odds. Some of the first alliances of the Compendium were forged in those days, purely from necessity. The Foundation banded with the Peacekeepers, and together they built the workshop atop a cursed factory. The Wanderers folded in the fringe groups, the Red Hands and the followers of the Serpent King. The Wanderers folded in the fringe groups, the Red Hands and the followers of the Serpent King. They built stockpiles of terrible, impossible weapons on two sides of an invisible front. That's where Pact 5 came from, actually. It was a weapon of war. You need to be able to talk to Filename to give them orders.
Okay, that's an interesting thing right there because I think Red Hands are referencing the Chaos Insurgency. That's what started it
Oh,
mainly.
yeah.
Chaos Insurgency at 105 member. Red Hands 105 member. So that's really interesting that Chaos Insurgency went with the Serpent's Hand.
As well as, and followers of the Serpent King, which makes me think that that's this universe's flavor of Scarlet King.
Oh.
So they kind of just came together out of a necessity, it sounds like.
Damn. So, what happened?
Look around you, David. Do you think any of us would be here if that war had turned hot? No. Eventually, the stockpiles got so big and the weapons became so unimaginably monstrous that neither side could actually envision using them. So they started talking. Bit by bit, they started offering each other concessions and suggestions and new ways of tackling their shared problems. Then, together, they turned their weapons towards their shared enemies, ancient, hateful immortals neither side could vanquish on their own. Together, they set that girl free. From there, they folded in the many other groups dealing with the transmundane, and, well, the rest is history.
So, basically, this SCP is proving Misfits Toys' ways of doing it is right.
Kinda.
Yeah. In case Skittle Dragon, you don't know what Misfits Toys' philosophy is unlike the other serpents, we use our tongues, not our fangs. I wasn't sure if that was a clever way of saying it or not.
Yeah.
That sounds a bit like I'm not gonna finish that.
What?
You see,
Your tongue
while
tie your fang.
you see, while other serpents might bite you, we're going to give you cunnilingus.
Oh my god.
We're gonna eat you out, and you're gonna like it.
Oh my god.
Welcome to the Serpent's Hand.
Oh my god. I stared into one of the displays. It generally looked like a spray-painted Nerf gun. I chuckled weakly. Wait, I know what that's referencing.
The Nerf gun?
Yeah, the Nerf gun SCP where if you shoot it, it becomes a lesser
Yeah.
version of itself.
Yeah.
God.
There. Now, are you done trying to flesh the devil out of me?
Alright, I'm done.
Good. With that out of the way, can you please try to enjoy yourself?
Sorry. I am enjoying myself, Primrose, really. It's just hard not to be a bit skeptical given all the things I've seen. I realize I'm not the most fun person, so I really do appreciate all this. You really have picked the perfect places to light my mood, though. I love museums.
I know.
I glanced over at her. How exactly did you know that? Primrose flinched ever so slightly.
You're a scientist, David. You're a nerd. Of course you love museums.
Something seems off about that.
I think Primrose might be their universe's version of David.
Maybe.
Hmm.
Before I could reply, Primrose walked off to another section. She was right. I was a scientist. I'd study, take notes, and theorize. And I started to develop a fairly good hypothesis about Primrose the cat. Alright, let's see if we can figure out what Apex is. The compendium recognizes the apex. Over a century ago, back in the compendium's infancy, 4 men met in an open field. They shook hands as equals, though the 3 wore suits and 1 wore scat-stained overalls. The latter man's name was Wilson. Oh. Okay, well maybe I know what the apex is. When they asked on help build up
What would the apex be then?
Wilson's Wildlife Solutions, I think they're called. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
When they asked him to help build a better world, he had only one request. The request came Pack 15. Because of it, my 45th great nest mother was given the gift of higher thought. I perched here today because of that man, and the willingness of the compendium to open itself to new minds, new ideas, and new perspectives. I started to imagine a world without such diversity of thought. A world of apes and apes alone. I mean, by the open sky, we wouldn't even be having a discussion with the works of the illustrious Dr. Primrose in our feline science reserve. We'd have no idea A6K exists. What we're seeing here through this tiny keyhole is that our world was a planet dominated by a single species and a single perspective. We cannot stand as hypocrites, my fellow Earthkind. We must reach out to them. A shared apex ascension vote yes.
Yeah, then yeah, I think that's Wilson's thingamajig.
That was a very enlightened bird.
Very
I don't
good
remember
bird.
what kind of bird they are.
Yeah.
Actually,
Did it even
did
say
they
what?
Well,
I don't think it said what kind of bird it was. It's just
yeah.
you can infer
Oh,
from the
okay.
dialogue that there's some kind of flighted bird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That wasn't a cock. That was not a cockapoo saying that. I can that we know that for a fact at least.
They're probably a better flyer than the American woodcock, which is known as one of the slowest, worst flyers.
Yeah.
But they're so cute. They're so cute.
Yeah.
But
Alright.
they were not them.
Location Tacna, Peru. We drove out to the coast that evening. Actually drove. In the age of everywhere chairs and ferry pods, cars had survived as a niche hobby. We rented a 1968 Porsche 483, which I had never heard of before, but it was undeniably gorgeous. First let me drive, claiming I'd die of heartbreak otherwise. We sped along an old crumbling highway that snaked at a cliff's edge. It was growing late. To the left of me, the mountain glowed pale amber. To my right, the ocean was painted with a golden stripe, spanning from our car all the way to the setting sun. We pulled off near an overlook. Colonel sat on the quadrail. I just leaned. As dusk settled in, I began to trust my eyes less and less. Was I seeing things? There were a few stars in the sky, now sure, but far too many reflections than to see. The darker it became, the more I saw and marveled. They weren't reflections. There was a city down there. A vast glittering city spanning from the drop-off all the way past the horizon. White light speckled over the great glass domes, connected by tendril-like tubes. Shapeless, gleaming satellites sped along the ocean floor in rows, like bonds of quick-moving traffic. Primrose, why are we here and not there? You didn't tell me you have underwater cities.
We don't.
What? Then, what's all that?
A city. It's just not ours. The Atlantic supercity belongs to the cephalopods. Octopodi, mostly. They don't talk to us.
Oh, like at all?
Hmm, not for about 50 years now. They were with the compendium for a grand total of 6 weeks before they demanded agency. They just didn't get along with the rest of Earthkind. Something about the effects of higher thought on a creature whose neurons extended through its entire body. Perhaps when your arms, legs, whatever, can think for themselves, you don't need much more company. So we put them back in the ocean.
You just gave a bunch of octopi.
Octopodi.
Right, and you just gave them advanced intelligence, then threw them right back into the water like a bad catch. Then they built. I'm sorry, did you say a super city?
From Anchorage, Alaska, all the way to New Zealand.
And this doesn't concern you. I mean, and all this doesn't concern you. They look pretty damn advanced down there. What if they decide to take over the surface too?
How very A6K of you, David. What if they don't? Just because they're not talking to us doesn't mean they're hostile. Not everyone gets along, but not everyone is out to kill you. If we're ranking the failures of Pact 15 in terms of hostility, the octopodi sit somewhere between jellyfish and aphids, and the insects really caused hell on Earth.
What happened with the jellyfish?
A moment of consciousness. Then a very polite no thank you.
That is great.
We laughed, then enjoyed the silence for a while. It reminded me of something long ago. Lisa would have loved this.
Lisa?
Just an old friend of mine, marine biologist. She was studying this anomalous coral substance when, well, things can get a bit more dangerous on my side of reality.
I'm sorry.
I nodded. We watched the waves.
I lost someone too once.
Really? I mean, sorry, not to be uncouth. But given everything I've seen today, I have expected you people to have handle on immortality.
No. Well, yes, technically. We know how to end death. We even tried it for a while. It taught us exactly why it's essential for life to conclude.
Care to elaborate?
You know I can't.
Then how about this person of yours? What are they like?
I've got a feeling.
Oh no.
They were a nerd.
I wanted to ask more, but Primrose held up a paw staring at the sky.
We should get inside. It's nearly nighttime.
Wait, seriously, can't you see in the dark? Or what? Are there boogeymen coming? Primrose didn't reply. Oh god, are there actually boogeymen coming?
No, they're all in Tasmania now. I just don't want you embarrassing me, David. You don't know all the customs here, and the night doesn't belong to us.
Wait, boogeymen. Oh, are so the Italian SCP are just all in Tasmania.
They're just all hanging out in Tasmania doing whatever the fuck they're doing.
Yeah. Primrose nudged her chin upwards. I followed the gesture and my own jaw hit the pavement. Grand silvery clouds had overtaken us, though the sky had been perfectly clear only seconds before. At least they were clouds at a distant glance, and the one above us was nearly touching the mountain top. It was feathers, millions of feathers, fluttering together on threaded lines of white silk, bound in a great misshapen ball. In brief flashes, I saw titanic musculature dip in and out of the cold skinless, and gray and human in its segmentation, serving as some unimaginable piece of living machinery within the mass. The cities beneath the sea were all round glass and bright, artificial light. The cities sitting atop those clouds were all perfectly square, ivory and bone, and gave off a moonlit glow, independent of any celestial aid.
All part of sharing the world. Dinner?
Alright. The company didn't recognize as nocturnal. Okay, I think we know who they are.
I don't.
The Children of the
Who are you
Night? SCP-1000?
Oh, right. Yeah.
They kept us out. You let us in. We will not turn away from them. And the Nightland Covenant vote yes. Oh wow, I thought they would vote no.
They're better than us.
Yes. And now we went from Peru to Japan.
We started in Japan.
Location, Totonobori, Osaka, Japan. Rumors brought me to somewhere I do minimal damage. The bar we ate at only seated 3. A narrow hole in the wall without so much of a sign out front. Rumors claimed it was the best ramen in the world. Given it wasn't my world, I took her word for it. We ordered and were served in the span of 3 minutes. As delicious as my soup looked, I was far more focused on the cook. It was a faceless creature, floating, appearing as though H.R. Geiger had designed a mermaid. Its tail ended in a what? Huh?
It's the crazy monster thing that likes to cook.
Oh my god. Wait.
I love this. It's just like taking us through so many different SCPs, but in a world where everything's better.
Wait, he's able to see it though.
Yeah.
Which means it's not afraid anymore
They
in this
probably
world.
found a way to help them.
Yeah.
It's not spooked.
His tail ended in a wide, sharp spade that was kinked with 4 and what?
Flour.
Flour
That
and
was
noodle bits.
God damn it, dyslexia. That was caked with flour and noodle bits.
That was caked with floor. That's a really funny mishmash of words.
Primrose bowed her head as it served her. I did the same.
Sorry. Give me a quick sec.
Okay.
Where is it? Go. Okay. I'm good now.
Okay.
I had to do something very important.
You changed your name. I noticed because your icons changed on the Fuji deck. Like moved over.
Oh no. I think my new favorite hobby is renaming myself in here after some funny thing that your dyslexia conjured up.
Oh god.
Caked with floor.
The soup was sublime. It was a bit heavy on the garlic. Halfway through eating, Primrose jolted upwards, looking as though she had an epiphany. It was very much in the whiskers. She excused herself and darted out the door. I was glad we paid in advance. A moment later, a new patron entered the bar. having to stoop quite low to fit inside. In my periphery, I could see he was very, very hairy. Oh, this is 1000.
Yeah. Hey. Hey. Stop that, you dumbass.
My
Cats.
yeah. I think sideways glances while we ate. The creature, or phantom I suppose, was easily 2 meters tall. The soul beneath it strained against its weight. It was covered in a heavy chestnut brown pelt, fine as the hair on my head and embarrassingly more well kept. Its flat face had 3 hairless circles, where its mouth and eyes sat, glossy and black both. It smelled like dry mountain air. Once it noticed me staring, I felt a nervous chill run up my spine as our eyes met. It gave me a slow nod and returned to its noodles. Not wanting to risk my luck further, I put my bowl up on the counter and fled out into the night. There I found Penrose waiting for me, a large bottle held up by her metal needle collar fingers. It had a single black kanji symbol painted on its label. Penrose, what is that?
This, David, is very strong liquor.
And what are you doing with that very strong liquor, Primrose?
Well, I'm going to drink it, David, and you're going to help me.
Wasn't the goal here for me to stand out as low as possible?
That was my original plan, yes, but it was boring. My new plan is to blame my every possible misstep on the fact you're drunk. It will go far more smoothly if you actually are.
I thought I was supposed to be doing research.
And I thought you were on vacation. Come on, the sun is down, you're a guest in a strange world. You've no one to report to. Loosen up, submit to the local customs, trust in your guide. Just have a damn drink with me, David.
I sighed. Fine, one drink, and only to be polite. The Watchers, okay. Oh, wait, I know who these are. The company name recognizes the Watchers. Can we stop waxing fucking philosophical for a minute here, big bros? We're not talking about jamming our fists down their dimension hole. We're talking about transparency. Remember, once upon a magical time, when you kept us in the dark? Remember when it was all your swinging cods up on an ivory hill, and us plebes down in the valley in the shadow of darkness or whatever? It didn't work. It's never worked. We've always seen you, even if our vision was a bit cloudy. You can't hide the truth, and you can't keep people out. We get in anyway, and when we do, we're pissed off. We can take all the secrets you've been hoarding and make them into impractical, impossible jokes. Collective says art is a statement. Well, here's our statement. You're not gods. Plus, come on. A6K is essentially full of Argo versions of you guys. You really want to raise a red flag with them? Long story short.
Aggro. Aggro, as in like aggressive.
Oh, aggro. Long story short, I'm with the live. I'm with the. Is it live or live tweet?
I'm guessing live tweet.
I'm with the live tweet and the Moon Monkey. You start drawing lines between us, and them and all of you become his gatekeepers. We only need one of those, and I don't see any of you holding a burning sword. We are not above them. We don't deserve more than them. We are them. The Watchers Forum votes yes.
Yeah, so that's Parawatch.
Yeah.
Is it just gonna be a split vote of 5-5?
Oh, we still have more.
Oh, we do. Okay.
Prime. Dimension theory is a goddamn comic book nonsense, you crazy hairball.
This from the guy still measuring reality fluctuations with fucking Humes. What do you know? You're half ape.
I think we were singing karaoke before that conversation. The next few hours sit in my mind like a spilled puzzle. I remember the pieces, but not quite how they fit. my defense, I had a lot more than one drink. I remember the streets changing around me, filling with creatures both nightmares and spectacular. Blocks of shining ghostly figures swarm overhead, literally as though the sky was a deep dark pool. An animate sand dune rolled between my stumbling legs, bits of chicken bones and loose gravel churning within. There was a brief argument after we bumped into a family of Italian tourists, who for some reason sounded like chittering cicada. Wait.
Oh my god, it's Uncle Johnny! Are you kidding me, man? Uncle Johnny brought his whole family to visit Japan late at night.
Yeah. Before there was a scuffle, we ducked into a noisy bar.
Clearly defined unifying properties across realities that cannot be explained by random probability.
Atoms can only be arranged in so many damn ways. Biology follows other universal processes. You have gravity, you get skeletons. You have photons, you get eyes.
I'm not just talking about the pro-life proliferation of carbon-based life across quasi-incompatible ecology. I mean religions and cultural recurrences. The green stone mirror alone.
Social hierarchies. Brain sprinkling to conceptualize the unknown. Current.
A Yeti, I think. What about the Henlo theory of cross-dimensional subatomic seeding? Oh, Henlo, I disprove Hemlo for breakfast. That quacking quack.
Don't you talk to him like that. And another thing, little Miss Stylish, little Miss Blazer and Bow, orange and purple don't mix.
Oh, I will scratch you.
They clash.
Do you want to get scratched?
Okay, how the fuck do you say the next part?
Large floating
I'll try. I'll
Wait.
try.
Wait, is this Wingdings, right? I wonder if it's an actual translation.
My God.
Oh, you could look it up.
My God, my head. Large floating orb. I am so happy that this fucking devolved into this.
Okay, so hold on, let me just copy. Paste. Wait.
You put
Confirm.
it in the
Oh.
wrong side.
Oh, wrong side.
Words cannot describe how disappointed in you I am.
This conversation is pointless and I hate archiving it. Oh, this is the teacher.
Yeah, it's the teacher.
Yeah, see? This guy this guy gets it.
Oh, of course you agree with the orb.
From there, at some point, we spilled back out onto the street with at least 5 new inebriated friends. We lost them just as quickly, which I didn't mind, as they were both small birds and extremely loud. I did lose Primrose around a corner though, which meant I was very much lost myself. Even emboldened by the spirits, I was too nervous to ask for directions until I found another human, which took me a surprisingly long time. There was a man in a black suit standing under a street lamp outside a hospital. Oh, I know who he is.
Oh, it's him. It's him.
Oh.
It's cigarette guy. I forget his name.
Yeah. This guy who sits with you when you're dying.
Yeah.
He had no answers for me, but he did offer me a cigarette. I wouldn't usually, he said to me, but this is your last day in this world. I'd say it counts.
Oh. He's like, you're not dying, but this is a very short visit. This counts.
Yeah.
Smoke.
I have no idea how he knew about my deal with Primrose, or what he was counting, but he was still a very nice man. Not knowing what else to do, I stumbled towards a standing electronic booth in the middle of the road. The small graphic sign was the same shape as Primrose's brooch. The globe and eye, when I came within a few paces, a second projection appeared. One of an androgynous human, all made of blue light. Hi?
Jerry, do you want to read for Booth question mark?
Sure. Good evening. How can I help you?
I'm looking for a cat.
Would you like a listing for animal shelters? Or would you like to connect to Feline Community Registry?
Now,
To the Community Registry.
look, sorry, I'm not from around here. I'm from this place. She called it A6K.
Would you like to be patched into the ongoing compendium judgment on A6K Unity?
Yes? Then the booth showed me. It sobered me up quite a bit. Okay, so what's the next one? The compendium recognized the unnamed. Okay. Oh, this is the one we thought was a serpentine, but probably isn't. There are no
Yeah.
boundaries, there's only the path. Size and scale, the circumstances are simply perceptual, prescriptive, subjective. They are not them, we are not us, no more than you are, and you are you, and we are we. A pinprick can be as wide as any road, so long as there is the means to travel. If it can, and it can, then it should, so it shall. There's no yes and no, there's no stop and go. There's only the path, and its splits always converge, eventually, entirely, ultimately. Two paths diverge in a wood, and we choose the path of bravery. For only a fool fights entropy. We will travel the path with them. From a city in a forest where all roads meet, here comes a vote of yes. Oh, I wonder if this is supposed to be the Fae. Because they
Maybe,
rhyme. They always rhyme.
And they're called the Unnamed. The Fae lost their
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So both SCPs we pretty much almost wiped off the face of the earth want to help us.
Yeah.
That's actually funny.
And the fucking Sasquatch was just chilling at a ramen joint
Yeah.
in Japan.
Location: a hilltop somewhere. That's all I really asked for a chair for, a hilltop somewhere. I was just outside some small town, the kind you could find anywhere, really, but somehow I knew it was America. There was a large oak tree on that hill, and I sat against it for a good long while alone. Eventually, Primrose found me. She brought the bottle with her.
David! Thank goodness. I was hopping on all sorts of rooftops looking for you. His silly old second cousin to Bonobo.
Hello, Primrose.
Whoa, have you been some kind of multi-livered phenom this entire time, David? You seem positively lucid.
It was a vending machine. It was all black with a keypad, and it asked me to make a request. So I asked for something to sober me up. It tasted like those awfully cinnamon candy hearts. But it worked. Oh my gosh, the anomalous vending machine.
Oh, he got lucky. That thing
Nice.
doesn't always give you what you ask for.
Yeah.
Oh, well, good for you. I have plenty of room for the rest of this bottle.
Why am I here, Primrose? Primrose paused,
Pr-
her tail dropped.
You're not supposed to ask that.
I'm asking, why am I here?
David, come on. We've been having such a fun night.
Tell me why I'm here, Primrose.
I shouldn't have read ahead. Fuck.
We both did. I weren't
I
ready.
know. David,
Oh,
David, come on. Oh, wait, I already read that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Look, I'm way too drunk for this conversation right now.
God damn it, Primrose. Tell me why I'm here.
Because I wanted just one more day with my best friend, okay?
Silence rang out over after the shout. A few black-winged birds took flight from a nearby tree, but after that, everything was painfully still. The David Caspian of this dimension.
Yeah,
Something happened to him.
can be dangerous on this side of reality too, sometimes. Not every singularity leads to nice places.
I leaned back into the tree and stared at the dark canopy above. I'm sorry. I had suspected, but... I'm sorry, Primrose.
Yeah, well, you should be. Fun drinking is one thing, but now we're gonna have to ramp it up to morose drinking, so.
I still need to know why I'm here.
What? I just told you.
Not the personal reason, the time-sensitive reason. Primrose, what is the compendium voting on right now? What happens to my reality if they vote yes? Primrose looked at me wide-eyed. She set the bottle down.
Unity.
And what does that mean?
It means the compendium does what it did here, but over there. It makes things better. It takes over.
And if they vote no?
A singularity can't be closed, David. You know that. A sheer in reality, by definition, has to be stronger than reality itself. It's there forever. So either your reality is viable or it's a problem. Either the compendium unifies A6K or they erase it.
Oh, damn.
damn.
Uh,
Here's the GOC.
yeah.
The compendium recognizes the peacekeepers. There's been a lot of talk today about what we bring to the table, why each of us is here. Well, the peacekeeper knows why we're here. You people need a villain. You need some son of a bitch to blame all your hard decisions on. You need someone to sit here and say, take them out, and shut it down. So you can go home at night and feel like you're really trying to make the right decision. But oh, if only those bastard peacekeepers would let you. We're also the ones you send in when diplomacy fails. We're the jarheads you teleport off to the cults, the bleeding rivers, and the freaky upside-down cities full of immortal tea-slurping fucks. Because, guess what? Sometimes things just want to kill you. You can't leave them alone, you can't relocate them, you can't talk them into being good. They just want to kill you, so we kill them. Don't forget who sands down all the rough edges of your perfect world when the pieces don't fucking fit. Now that I've made my therapist proud, I'll get to the point. We all still want the same thing, a safe, stable world. We're willing to compromise our methods if you've got a better option. That's not how things work in 86K. We've seen that. They only compromise when it's do or die. They take shortcuts. They try to break Venom. Like that's ever a good fucking idea. 86K is a problem, and frankly, we should be treating it like we treated so many other problem dimensions. We can't trust them. The Global Peacekeeping Initiative votes no. So this is a competent GOC, apparently.
Kind of sounds like it.
Location, a hilltop somewhere. When we first met out of a strange cross-universal courtesy, I recommended Primrose paralyze me. 22 hours later, she'd done just that. I sat frozen on the hilltop, holding my knees to my chest. I couldn't blink. I couldn't breathe. The blood was frozen in my veins, refusing to pass through my heart. The gears of my mind ground to a screeching, cracking halt. Unity. Or erasure. When that wall of anxiety weakened, just the slightest bit, a frantic burst of contingencies erupted from my mind. It spread out before me like steep, jagged paths. I could run back to the chair. Maybe I could ask it to bring me to the rooftop again. I could find some way to return to my reality, to warn them. Should I warn them? Would it matter? Would they believe me? Would they stop the compendium? Would they strike first? Would I just be deciding whether to destroy this reality or my own? How could I trust people I've known for less than a day? How could I trust a ruling body I've never seen? How could I trust my own reality? I've never even seen the council either. I turned to look at Primrose and she gave me an expression I truly couldn't place. It was like she was holding a very large breath. Then she started laughing. She fell onto her back and laughed, rolling about in the damp grass.
Oh, this fucking little shit.
Yeah. There's no invasion, is there?
Gatekeeper, no. Oh, gracious mother above. Oh, Fenon, old and new. You really are the most gullible man I've ever met.
I just got here, Primrose. Of course I'm gullible. Christ. What does unity actually mean then? Primrose caught her breath. Oh.
Sorry, I started reading too quick.
Primrose caught her breath and smiled at me.
Contact. Unity means reaching out to your reality and offering a discourse. That's it. That's all.
And call it a contact.
The compendium is a scientific institute, David. They like using fancy words.
I finally exhaled. I fell back into the grass, hands splayed, and stared up at the stars. You're an asshole, Primrose.
Oh, it serves you right. I told you not to ask why.
Said he just wanted to talk to us.
To start, after time, after we're all settled in with each other, then we start bringing over humanitarian aid, maybe some low-level technology if you want it. It's still an invasion of a kind, just a very slow and completely voluntary invasion. The moment you guys tell us get lost, we get lost.
Damn. And what if there's a disagreement on that? What if one part of our world wants you there and another doesn't?
Doesn't matter. It's got to be unanimous. Once you guys can come to some kind of consensus, some kind of alliance, a shared scientific council for the betterment of the world, if you will, then you can call us back.
And you do this often?
Often enough. We have these kind of votes whenever we stumble onto a new dimension. It's not often the whole compendium needs to be called, though. Usually it's pretty cut and dry if we broach unity. The answer is usually no. It may just be talking, but we do realize the destabilizing effect it can have. After all, like you said, what if some people want us to stay and others don't? It might bring about alliances, or it could cause global war.
And you don't destroy realities when they vote no.
No, David. No, David. Of course we don't. Ironically, dimensional ruptures are the one phenom we actually do contain. We seal it off, obscure it, and monitor it. Destroying the whole reality, I don't even think the compendium has that kind of power. Probably. There have been rare times when we've offered mercy, I suppose, but those have been dimensions where literally everything was gone right to hell. Your reality isn't that far gone, and you're certainly not a threat. You're just, well, clearly you're a serious gray area.
I didn't know what to say to any of that. It almost felt wrong that there wasn't some grand calamity on the horizon, some awful punchline to this adventure. I just lay there zen-like, in my total disbelief of the universes. Primrose sighed and settled down next to me.
David, I know more about alternative realities than anyone in my world. I certainly know more than you, no offense. I've been at it about 60 years longer. Tell you the truth, I have no idea why our worlds are so different, and yet so similar. I don't know if it's the chicken or the egg, with you people and your phenom. Does your hostile reality make you aggressive and distrustful, or is it your distrust and aggression making your reality hostile? Is it you? Is it circumstance? Is A6K just one big tempest in a teapot? Spiraled out of control? And for our part, are we just fundamentally different from you? Or are we just the product of some nebulous domino effect from thousands of years ago, when one human decided to be kind to another?
Primrose shrugged.
It's a finicky ball of string, our scientific field. That's also a cat phrase, by the way. You can't use it.
I glanced over at Primrose for a moment. 60 years, huh? Primrose nodded. How old are you? Primrose batted at my face hard, then stalked off towards the chair. The sun began to rise. Oh. The compendium recognizes the Foundation. It always comes down to us, doesn't it? It's only fair. We did start all this. We've seen worlds hollowed, fed up to a screaming wrought iron moon.
Oh. Jiri just
What the fuck?
blipped out. Jiri just vanished.
The hell?
He went offline, so I'd assume it was an internet thing.
Thank you, SCP.
Anyway, I'd suggest scrolling up a wee bit so we can figure out where Jiri lost at. Do you remember? Do you remember Caspian asking Primrose how old she is?
No.
Okay. Scroll up further. Do you remember Primrose going on a big ass diatribe about science and philosophy?
No, but it might have been near there.
Let's see. Should I just reread this part then?
Yes, so.
Okay. No, David, we don't. Ironically,
What did
dimension.
David say?
What'd you say?
What did David say before she started talking?
Go. And you, David said,
Okay,
and
yeah,
you,
that was the last part I remember. Okay.
David asking, like, you
Yeah.
don't destroy realities. Okay. It's time to reread this giant Primrose diatribe.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. No, David, of course we don't. Ironically, dimensional ruptures are the one phenomena we actually do contain. We seal it off, obscure it, and monitor it. Destroying a whole reality? I don't even think the compendium has that kind of power. Well, probably. There have been rare times when we've offered mercy, I suppose, but those have been dimensions where literally everything has gone right to hell. Your reality isn't that far gone, and you're certainly not a threat. You're just, well, clearly you're a serious gray area.
I didn't know what to say to any of that. It almost felt wrong. That there wasn't some grand calamity on the horizon, some awful punchline to this adventure. I just lay there zen-like in my total disbelief of the universe is. Primrose sighed and settled down next to me.
David, I know more about alternative realities than anyone in my world. I certainly know more than you. No offense. I've been at it about 60 years longer. To tell you the truth, I have no idea why our worlds are so different and yet so similar. I don't know if it's the chicken or the egg with you people and your venom. Does your hostile reality make you aggressive and distrustful, or is it you or is it your distrust and aggression making your reality hostile? Is it you? Is it circumstance? Is it A6K just one big tempest in a teapot spiraled out of control? And for our part, excuse me, are we just fundamentally different from you? Or are we just the product of some nebulous domino effect from thousands of years ago, when one human decided to be kind to another?
Primrose shrugged.
It's a finicky ball of string, our scientific field. That's also a catchphrase, by the way. You can't use it.
I glanced over at Primrose for a moment. 60 years, huh? Primrose nodded. How old are you? Primrose batted at my face hard, then stalked off towards the chair. The sun began to rise. The compendium recognizes the Foundation. It's always come down to us, doesn't it? It's only fair. We did start all of this. We've seen worlds hollowed, fed up to a screaming wrought iron moon. We've seen planets consumed by death, undeath, and repugnant life. We've seen it all horribly ever unfolding under a bleak red sun. Oh, this is talking about some XKs?
Yeah.
I would never hold any reality to some perverse contest of calamity, but I can't say that has pained me the most. Seeing a beautiful, pristine world of happy people, only to arrive just as all the flowers bloomed. We couldn't even tell them what was coming. There was so little time. Forgive me. I don't mean to wallow in the past. You need us to be the rational ones, right? We all need to admit a terrible truth. A6K is the closest we've ever come to finding a true parallel reality. We may sit here condemning them, but the fact remains we've never found anyone quite so much like us. We rose from the dark together, stronger, for our hardships. Who's to say they won't do the same? They could be our equals. They could even rise above us one day. But that triumph can't come from us. It has to come from them. The Foundation votes no. But with an addendum. We seal the gate, but not entirely. We keep an eye on A6K and let them find us. When they do, we'll greet them without security, containment, or any protections. When we're ready to step into the light, we'll be here. Shall we take it to a vote?
Oh.
Location, Tokyo. And there we are, back on a rooftop again. Lab coat appeared with me hanging off the back of the chair. I thanked it twice and told it what a wonderful job it had done today. It gave a pleasant little rattle. Rose sat where I'd first seen her, but now she was facing away. I walked up and stood with her, watching the sun rise for a second time. Now over the vast canopy of incredible architecture, vibrant green and polished white. I never did ask how they grew ivy so large. I decided not to. I didn't need to know. No spectacular, and that was enough.
I didn't think it'd be that close.
I looked over at Primrose.
The vote, I mean. I knew that Charity would be on board. They love helping the helpless, and your world is by definition helpless.
Primrose.
The Apex too, maybe. My vote had to count for something. Plus the canine collegiate are all about inclusivity. But the amphibian pod can be such sticks in the mud.
Primrose.
And it was anyone's guess about how the people of the forest would vote. It always is. The Nocturnals were a real surprise given what you people did to them. But what the good goddamn was the collective even saying? Did you understand a single?
Hey, Primrose. She stopped talking, but wouldn't look at me. Much as I learned about how to cat emotes in this world, I couldn't read her at all. I could guess how she was feeling now. Thank you for today. She didn't reply. And, sorry I forced you to let the cat out of the bag about... sorry. Is that a cat-only phrase?
You can use it.
You've got a strange but very beautiful world here, Primrose.
It could be your world too, you know.
It was my turn to be silent then. I watched the sky turn from a muted orange to a pale, promising blue.
I mean, I can't just pluck you out of A6K again once it's sealed, but there's no real reason I have to send you back. I'm sure I could come up with some excuse for the compendium. Some long-term, cross-cultural, trans-dimensional, quantum quarking... I'll figure it out. And you're worried about your SCP people. We can send back a clone or an android, or... We recently found these lentil-based human mimicking life forms in Nepal.
Aw.
They can only drool and stumble around, but I doubt your stupid reality will notice.
Aw. I smiled weakly. Primrose's words eventually faded into a low mumble, and by the time I turned to look at her, her head was hanging low. It really was an incredible day.
You're not gonna tell them, are you? Your bosses, I mean.
The SCP Foundation? Oh, good God, no. We'll make something up for them. But actually, I can't think of someone who would appreciate all this. They're always up for a good story, and they can keep a secret. Primrose nodded. I tucked my hands into my lab coat. Without a great fanfare or farewell, I knew it was time to go. Before I did, I asked Primrose for one last thing. She grumbled, but agreed. I pet her head and vanished.
Um,
I wanna fucking cry, man.
So,
What?
T. Rutherford is the author.
I...
She wanted him to stay, he wanted to stay, but they both knew he couldn't.
And I guess just the line of this could be your world too has like such a dual meaning because yeah, that could be our world too. We just gotta get our hands out our asses.
Uh-oh.
But what? Oh god damn it. What is warning.png?
I don't know.
I'm starting to think Cactus did just like a lot of times just like maybe he was wait, you know what? Do you think he was a part of like the group in the foundation, like the actual wiki that was like trying to add like pictures to various
Uh, Probably.
uh articles?
More than
So
likely.
that could be why he's showing up more in these.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
And
asshole.
I just
Anyways, on to we
that was that was easily one of the longest, like, SCPs we've ever read, but I don't think anyone wanted to skip past any of it.
All right.
That was too good.
I got the
But
image.
also, now it's like 10, 15.
So where in neutral are we putting you?
Oh right, what the fuck were we? What the fuck were we even doing again?
Oh.
This the
We were
compendium
judging one of the
version of
groups that pop up in that universe.
yeah, it's like the compendium version of Are We Cool Yet?
Yeah.
I think
And
they're chill.
yeah, and their position was basically they got to create their own art.
Mm-hmm.
We shouldn't interrupt them. And it's like I slightly disagree because please take us with you, but also I can respect it.
Yeah.
I'd be thinking chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
This is one thing I will say, there is no dimension in which any version of Are We Cool Yet isn't chaotic.
Yeah.
I don't care, like, its actual morality level, no matter what, it's chaotic in some way.
All right. So I think next thing we'll do is just look at the next group because it's rather late.
Oh, yeah.
All right. The next group we're gonna
Oh,
look
wait.
at.
I thought you were meaning, like, we were ending it, or...
Yeah, I am. I'm just gonna read what the next group
Oh, okay.
is, and we'll do
Also,
it next week. Huh?
Did you put the image where
Yeah,
it
it's
goes?
hard to see, but it's right here, next to PETA.
Motherfucker, that's just the background, but your cursor's highlighting it, so I guess it's there.
It's because of the image right here. Because look at it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
It's just the fucking background, bitch.
yeah.